What is happening, guys? Welcome to Fan Fridays, the show where, you know, you guys submit decks on the Facebook group or email or Twitter or wherever you submit them. I look at them, and then we run some of them on Fridays. Today's submission is brought to you by Tobias Süss on the Facebook group, and he submitted a Nissa tribal strategy. I tweaked it a little bit and kind of went with a more like I guess a reliable situation. His had all three Nissas from the format right now. I just went with the two Nissas. Of course, both Nissas can be played at the same time thanks to the new legendary ruling. But it's basically an explore strategy, wanting to get out as many lands as possible, using Wake of the Wilds and or Nissa Vital Force, as well as Nissa Steward of Elements, to just get out lands and swing for the win. Let's see what we got here. So much removal right now. Gibbage, that's it, but you gotta live the dream sometimes. I want to see a Simic or Teamer Miracle Grow deck streamed. I've been jonesing since Saffron Olive dropped a few weeks ago. Nice. Can we fast forward this first part? Oh, man. Alright, guys, the deck list is in the description, but I'm going to run through it really quickly. We have a 2 Unsummoned, 2 Chart a Course, which I think, in retrospect, should have been Opt here instead of Chart a Course. Then we have 2 Descender's Deliverance, 3 Heroic Intervention, 4 Merfolk Branchwalker, 3 Wild Growth Walker. Then we have 4 Gift of Paradise. Of course, this is to help us ramp a little bit and give us some life. To Shauna's Wayfinder, 4 of, 2 Wake of the Wilds, 4 Nissa, 4 other Nissa, and 2 River's Rebuke. On the sideboard here, we have a bit of a strategy. We have 2 Shaper's Sanctuary, 1 Blossoming Defense, 2 Essence Scatter, 2 Negate, 1 Crook, 2 Appetite, 2 Crushing Canopy, and 3 Carnage Tyrant, because that card's ridiculous in green. So let's get right on into it. If you guys were wondering about the music, it is brought to you by Transistor, the video game soundtrack, and the link is in the description. Carnage Tyrant's in the sideboard. Well, we want to win the jank way first, Elliot, if we can. Auto sideboard Nissa's for Tyrants. See what we got here. We got both Nissas in our hand, Descender's Deliverance, Gift of Paradise, and a Wild Growth Walker with no green mana. This is going to be a mulligan for us. No mana. Oh, we're starting off the stream right, guys. Starting it off right. Got a mulligan one more time. Sure, we'll keep that. Bottom. We're on the draw. Nice delay today, only like 20 and 30 seconds. Gotcha. If the buffers at all, please let me know. Let's see, we got a Nissa here. It's got a Forest and Pass. Elliot, perfect. Terran land drop Fridays. Alright, opponent's turn here. Shuffler hates Terran. I can agree with that. MTGO here is 6 lands. Wait, here is 0. We have an island here. Let's get out a, not a Wayfinder. Let's go for a Chart a Course. Even though that's a bit preemptive here. Let's see what we can do here. Honestly would like something. Let's pitch. We have a white deck here. Let's pitch a Heroic Intervention. I think that's probably going to be okay. Alright, pass. Flying 5/5 from Nissa remind me of that Cartouche one with the wind. Yeah. Alright, passing for our opponent. Opponent's turn. 7 cards in hand. 3 lands. Okay. Just making sure the music isn't too loud for us today. Botanical Sanctum drawing into that. That's pretty decent. We'll get out a Wayfinder right now. Going to explore. Please don't draw into a land. There's an Unsummon. I'm assuming this is going to be a Catch a Monument deck since there's 3 white here. Let's go for a Graveyard for this Unsummon and hope for a Descender's Deliverance instead. Waiting for this deck for forever. Glad nice, love you, man. Nice Blue Bandit. Let's see here what our opponent's going to do. Gonna hit 6 for our opponent. 6 cards in hand, laying down a 4th mana in passing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, we're just gonna get out a Forest here. Go for attacks. And then probably play out a Nissa on this turn. Excuse me. Let's go for Nissa play at 2. Pop it to 4. This might be cast out, since they do have 4 here. River's Rebuke and Tishana's Wayfinder. We're going to bottom the Rebuke for now. And then, sure, we can let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put that on top so we make sure that Tishana can actually get an Explode Trigger again for the next turn, and then pass. Okay, here. Opponent's turn again, 7 cards in hand, 4 mana on the battlefield. I'm guessing they need a secondary mana. We're going to go to sideboard here. They didn't find it. I'm assuming this is going to be in a Monument deck, so let's keep in the Descender's Deliverance. Let's take out some Unsummons and put in Appetite. Because it's going to kill any kind of cast outs, Ixalan's Binding, that kind of stuff too. So we're going to hit Submit here. Katamari soundtrack equals win. Maybe in the future. What's up, Jess? Pop it in on me. Oh, man. I don't know if Katamari would be hit or not. Maybe. I'd have to figure that one out. No fear of settle when you're swinging with lands. Love the soundtrack. Yeah, Transistor is one of my favorite games. One of the, I guess, first or second games I platinumed on PS4. That game was awesome. Need a goofier deck for the Katamari music. Mono white tokens? Might be. Can see here we have 3 lands, Heroic Intervention, Waker of the Wilds, and 2 Nissa Vital Force. This is just an awkward hand for us, so we're going to mulligan. Gift of Paradise, 4 lands, Chart a Course. This is actually a little bit better for us. Blue-green Merfolk with Nissa. Basically, JD, we're going to keep this. Nissa on top? Sure. That means we can get a turn 4 Nissa swinging in with a land. Thanks to the Gift of Paradise in our hand. That rhymed. Didn't actually play that game all that much, but listen to the music a ton. Oh, I got you, Josh. Man, I just spent so much time on that game when it first came out because I really like Supergiant Games video games. And just fell in love with the soundtrack. Drawing into a Nissa here. We're going to get a Botanical Sanctum and pass turn. Let's see if our opponent has a secondary land. Going to cycle per yep, cycle a cast out. Okay. Might be a mistake. Ooh, blue-white. Is this blue-white approach? Botanical Sanctum once more. Let's go for a Chart a Course this turn. We can pitch one of these lands if we need to. Chart a Course and Nissa. I like keeping both Nissas in the hand here. Let's pitch a land for that. And pass. You ever rearrange your desk thinking it's going to be an upgrade, but then you think I hate it after you've done it all? Oh, Josh, that's me like once every like month, I would say. I rearrange my office a lot. Botanical Sanctum, a 3rd one here. Let's go for a Gift of Paradise. Gaining some life. Making sure we can ensure a turn 4 Nissa play. And since they're up here, I'm assuming this is going to be a control strategy, so we're going to make sure that yeah, there's an opt here. Yeah, they're going to let the gift hit. No problem. Glad we kept both of the Nissas here. I got no money for Hazard. Fatal Push will be brutal with the manlands. That's why we have 3 Heroic Intervention in the main board here. Because it makes all permanents you control. Even though they are creatures at that moment. So playing a land here and passing. We're going to be a little bit conservative here and try for a Tishana Wayfinder first. Our opening is going to be, yeah, there's Nest and Scatter. It's going to be quite hard. Let's go for a Chart a Course here. Gift of Paradise and a Hashep Oasis. Let's get rid of the island here, and then we're going to pass. Okay. Excuse me. 6 cards in the hand for our opponent. No land drop for the turn. Alrighty. River's Rebuke. Let's go for a Gift of Paradise here on this forest. Again, they're going to let that happen. And then we're just going to pass. We don't want to play into a counter spell here. We want to make sure that they're going to do a cast out, no problem. We're going to want to try and be a little bit more precise with how we play today. But we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 mana on the battlefield right now. Wild Growth Walker. I can try for that. That might hit unless they have a Essence Scatter. There's an Essence Scatter. We're going to pass. Now they do have up for blue 2 blue mana there for a disallow, so I didn't want to go into a Nissa there. Have you looked at running Tishana in anything, or did I miss it? Danny, Tobias, the guy who recommended this deck, actually had Tishana in this sideboard, like a maybe board. And I kind of eventually took it out just based on what we were trying to do with the main deck. But I do like that card a lot. It's got an island here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, 5 cards in hand. Still not really ideal for a Nissa here. We're going to pass. Playing up against control decks when we're trying to play out a Planeswalker that's 5 mana is a little difficult. Game 2 will be a lot easier because we have negates in the sideboard. Let's see, here's an approach. No problem. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. If we get into Nissa, Steward of Elements, we can actually go for 6 there, which would be amazing, getting in for 10. Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin would be a great card for us there in the mid to late game, so we can use that ability, unless they have a disallow, this turn to shuffle their deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have enough for Field of Ruin, so let's do that. Probably should have done that before a Nissa, because they will have a Spell Pierce probably available. We'll just kind of see what happens here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we do have enough to pay for it. Okay, going for an opt there. Let's untap here, go for a island, and swing for 5. Now we're just kind of hoping they don't draw into a second approach. Glacial Fortress. Do you have it? You do. Okay. Let's go to sideboard. We're going to bring in some negates here. Oh, come on, opponent. Well, fine then. We'll go into a second match here. Another reason to play leagues. I know. Play first. Opening hand of the new match. We're going to mulligan. There's 24 lands in the deck. They just seem to not be getting to us the correct way. One more mulligan. Sure. Alright, pass. Yeah, approach would have been a very hard deck to play against. Never gonna. Renegade map, okay. Island here, and we're gonna pass. He's all opponent plays blue, can't win, and scoops. Drowned Catacomb. Looks like a pass here. But this is blue-black control or blue-black artifacts of some sort. Here's an island. We're gonna go for a Gift of Paradise. See if this hits it. Metallic Rebuke. Okay. We can still play Nissa for 1 next turn, or just a Tishana. This is I'm just going to count this still as match 1, game 1. Match 1, that blue-white approach deck they dropped, so we're not going to count that. Let's see, Syndicate Trafficker. Okay, so we can go to... Whoop, I cancel. Nissa for 1 here. I'm going to scry real quick. Hold up and unsummon. We'll put that on the top. I'll put that on the bottom. And we'll just unsummon that real quick. There we go. Our Nissa has 3 counters on. We have Tishana Wayfinder and a Gift of Paradise coming in. There's a Tezzeret, okay. Black Blue Tezzy. Ethereum Cell, okay. Gonna sack it for a Renegade map. Alrighty. Gonna scry here. Let's put that on top. And again, put a land on the bottom. Let's go for a Gift of Paradise here. I'm gonna put it on the regular forest. Gain some life. Forgot he existed. Yeah, he's pretty relevant in some decks. Can't get out the Tishana with that much mana, but next turn we can probably do Waker of the Wilds. Can you create Ethereum Cell here? Trafficker coming in. 2 cards in hand for our opponent. Likely will not have a Metallic Rebuke, so we can see what we can do. Treasure map. Okay. Let's go for a scry here. Let's see which one we want to draw. We want to draw the Branch Walker. So the Wild Growth is going to go on top, and then the Branch Walker is going to go on top. So that way when we do our 0 here for Nissa, we can get that out. Let's go for a Tishana. Let's see, 1 card in hand from our opponent. Do we have a counterspell? We do not. Very nice. Again, we're keeping that on top. And then we're going to pass. He can make a Syndicate Trafficker larger by sacking these artifacts here, so that's something to keep in mind. So we'll be losing the Wayfinder here most likely. Yeah, Treasure Finder Scry. Black Blue Improvise looks like. Might be getting into the that demon that makes me discard cards. If that's the case this turn, Waker of the Wilds is going to be sad. Oh, Vraska's Contempt. Ouch! Okay. Owie! Gonna sack for an Embalm here. Yeah, because we had no way to interact with it. No attacks, okay. Very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for a Branch Walker. Explore. Sure. Alright. Yeah, that Contempt probably lost us the game there. The delay from lashing my cast stream is real. Gotcha. Sorry about that, Danny. Yeah, Joshua, this is probably a GG for us thanks to that the emblem here and the Vraska's Contempt. Excuse me. Making another artifact of 5/5. Okay. We'll block here. He'll obviously just sack the Ethereum cell. And block here, that's fine. Treasure, okay. Could sack the treasures as well. Ouchie. Contempt and Emblem, yep. Next turn they'll get in for game. We're going to concede here. Sideboard. Let's get the unsummons out, get negates in. And then get the appetites in here. Sort. Let's see. You want to get probably 2 of these Nissas out and put 2 Carnage Tyrant in. And then let's see. Let's get out the Charted Courses. I think that's the card we want to get rid of right now. Bring in Tyrants. That's what we just did. Let's see. I think we're good. Okay. Play first? Yes. Opening hand. 3 mana, a Descender's Deliverance, which is great. Nissa and Wildgrowth Walker with an Appetite. Sure. Why doesn't that play the 2 other Nissas from the Planeswalker decks? Nicholas, I just didn't think they had a lot of impact on the board. Let's go for an island here and pass. Spire, going for a Renegade map. Let's get out a Walker here and pass. Fetid Pools. Another Renegade map. Nice. Let's get a forest out here. Let's go for a Branch Walker. Gain some life. I feel like I need mana more than I need another Walker, so let's pitch that to the graveyard. We're going to swing in for 2 here. Haven't seen a lot of people play Mechanized Production. Logan, I feel like Mechanized Production's a good card, but again, it's just one of those cards where it's like it really doesn't do anything if you're behind. Just like how this deck that we've built today, like it's a great deck to be like if you're ahead, like at all times, you're going to be, you know, doing really well. Let's see, we got Botanical Sanctum coming in. Appetite and Descender's Deliverance we can keep for now. 4 cards in hand. I'm seeing a Metallic Rebuke in the hand probably. Let's go for attacks first. I'm sure I already covered this. What is the music of choice today? Anthony, this is from the video game soundtrack Transistor. The link is in the description. Swinging in here with 4 or 5. Do not mind doing that. Again, he can have a Metallic Rebuke with Spire or with Fetid Pools, so we want to be a little bit waiting for a minute. Excuse me. Even look at the Esper Mill I submitted. It may build it. Want inputs. I thought it was cool. There was a lot of really great decks submitted this week. it's hard to pick them sometimes because I'm just like, well, I kind of want to pick something that's super different that we haven't really played at all. The Nissa Tribal was just so like silly and dumb and like janky that I was just like, oh, we gotta play it. We gotta play it. So 4 cards in hand for our opponent. Heship Oasis coming in here. Now we could do again a Nissa for 3 and have 2 open, but again that will not work around a Metallic Rebuke. Or yeah, Metallic Rebuke. We have Descender's Deliverance and Appetite here, both up for instance. So Merfolks and the Walker just attacking in for 5 again. Vraska's Contempt on the Walker. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. We could use this opportunity to kill both of the maps here. Let's just kill one of these here. Of course, you're just going to sack it for a land. All we're trying to do is make sure that there are no artifacts on the battlefield for us. So we can have the way open for either a Nissa Vital Force or a Steward. Up to 10. Going up to 5 mana. Treasure Map coming in. 4 cards in hand. I'd like to get into a mana here. There we go. We're going to Nissa for 1. See if there's a negate on top of this. There is not. Going to scry here. Gift of Paradise. Sure. Put that on the bottom. Let's swing it for 3. Taking our opponent down to 7. They're really struggling to stabilize here, but I feel like we'll see a Tezzeret this next turn. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. No Modern Stables just really open. I mean, unless you count like the $600 plus field, the Death Shadows and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Get to Paradise coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put that on an island here. Gonna gain some life. All we're basically doing is making sure we can scry here. We're gonna bottom that, and sure, we'll draw into that. That's fine. Get in for a 3 if we can. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Might see another Vraska's Contempt. We might see that just go straight towards a Nissa here. Oh, Fatal Push. Gotcha. That's fair. Alrighty. Death Shadow. Oh, sorry. No, I just kind of... Death Shadow's not an Amonkhet. Sorry, I just kind of scooped over on the chat and you guys were talking about something. Oh, is there an Invocation Death Shadow? Am I being dumb right now? No? Okay. Sorry, it's hard to keep track of you guys talking sometimes. Opponent is treasure mapping once again. Oh, the treasures. Let's see, is this a Tezzeret play? Or a demon play? There's Herald of Anguish. Yeah. We're going to lose our Nissa here. Yeah, sadly. Let's go for a 0 here. Nice. We can go for a 5/5 right now. Sure. Does come in tap for the turn, but I do not mind wasting a Merfolk Branchwalker from our side to make that. This rearrangement version 2 done much better. What'd you miss? Not much, Josh. Playing up against the improvised deck right now. Just got Wake of the Wilds off the top with Nissa. Made a 5/5. Opponent swinging in. No blocks. Taking me down to 20. Or actually killing Nissa for that. For making me a 5/5. Logan, you can submit a deck by going to the Facebook group or going on Twitter or emailing me at superheatotama@gmail.com right above me to submit a deck. I'll be deleting the submissions that we just had. Oh, shoot. There's another Herald. I'll be deleting the submissions that we had that have been submitted after the stream today, and then I'll make a new post for that. Let's see, 4 here. No 4? Okay. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. Discard. Branchwalker. Let's see, 1, 2. Let's go for a Branchwalker here. Let's see what we get into. Two Herald GG. We're at 26 live, so there's a Botanical Sanctum coming in. So that means we can make another 5/5 next turn. We can offer the trade here on the 5/5. Because they would go to 2. Of course, if they have a Vanquish or a Contempt here, oh, they're going to do Herald's Anguish's secondary ability. Forgot! Yeah, we still have the ability to go wide here. That was a misplay on my part because I forgot the secondary ability of the Herald. I always just remember that they do the discard ability. But they have 2 because it's, you know, a 7 mana 5/5. That's ridiculous. Oh, it could have added 2 more counters. You're right. That's another punt on my part. I'll keep that in mind for future games here. You guys are right. Because I could have added more counters. They're just going to kill that now, right? Because they punted that turn. But, yeah. It's ending with the Tropic Thunder reference. Yeah. Playing a new deck every day isn't easy, to be sure, yeah. You can make it difficult. Let's see what we got here. I assume they're just going to Herald of Anguish the Waker here. Yeah, they're going to blow that on the Waker. And swing it out as soon, but we do have Hashep Oasis. Going to kill the 2/2 there. Double attacks. Let's see what we get into. Can't discard anything. A rebuke. 1, 2. We do have a way to rebuke here. Or we can kill Tezzeret. I think it might be better to kill Tezzeret here. But 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think rebuke is a good tempo play. Even though they can get out the heralds again. Yeah, kill Tezzeret, then rebuke. The problem is that if we kill Tezzeret, we have to use Hashep Oasis to do that, and we would be wasting a land. So if we don't top deck a land, then we would die to the with the heralds. So we just attack out, I would say, and then rebuke. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah, we would also discard rebuke if we waited. So let's attack first. And then we're going to rebuke. There we go. Now he has to play out a herald here, and then we'll have to trade with the herald. Six cards in hand for our opponent. I'm assuming they're just going to get out another herald here. Yeah. Can't discard a card, obviously, because we don't have one. If we got into his second rebuke, that would be hilarious. Here's a forest. Now we could hold up a attack here, or we can just attack out. I feel like attacking out is probably the correct answer. To trade with one of the heralds. To make sure that the game can last long enough. Yeah, it is sorcery speed. We can't do anything until we attack. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Pump and trade. Pump up the jams. Oh, man. All right, let's go for an attack here. Trades. No problem. There's no deck tech for this one. This is for Fan Friday submission. The deck list is in the description, though. Yeah, it gives me 4 turns to find an answer. If he heralds this coming turn, you're going to Tezzeret, okay. Thought he would herald this turn. Metal Spinners, Puzzle Knot. Gonna gain a life. Make a artifact. And a trafficker, okay. Botanical Sanctum, no. What do you think is the strongest standard deck right now? Probably the Teamer Energy deck. I would say that's probably that, or maybe the you have the blue-black control strategy if you're on the play. Merfolk kills demons with the powers of water from the Oasis. Flavor. Getting in for 1 this turn. Or 3 this turn, not 1. Tezzeret. I think we're still dead now because of the board presence they have now. Wild Growth Walker. We can play that out. Let's see, we can survive, what, 2 more turns, right? If we can get into a land and Nissa Steward of Elements, we actually might be able to pull this out, but we'll see what happens. Top deck Nissa for win. There's a Tezzeret. Okay. Card quality is much higher. Yeah, exactly. Getting in here for 10, 13. We're dead. Wah, wah, wah. Let's get up another round. I'm the world's worst at keeping track of these game 1, game 2, that kind of thing. Play first? Yes. Let's see, we got here 3 lands, Branchwalker, Nissa, and Waker. This is actually okay. I'll keep it. Because remember, Branchwalker on the Explore trigger does help us a considerable amount. Match 1, game 1. Well, we'll find out. I'm going to skip out of here if they just scoop that one. Okay, 2 lands, Wayfinder, Branchwalker, and 2 Chart of Course. This is actually okay. We'll keep it. Deliverance, we got a Sanctum here and pass. Okay, opponent has 6 cards in their hand, going into 7. Blue, white. Is this another approach deck? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Nice. Let's see. Let's get out a Branchwalker here. Yield. Get a land. Very nice. And we're just going to pass. Five color energy? Maybe. Can make a servo here. Getting in for 1 in the air. Getting out a treasure map. Thanks, turn across over 50 gigabytes for the month. I blame your stream. Jeez, William, that's a lot. I'm going to swing out here and trade with the servo and then do a chart of course. I think that's okay. Got both Nissas in that way. Nice. We'll discard. Looks like a chart, yeah. I was trying to get into some more mana as quick as I possibly could. Josh, that's the reason. But getting into both Nissas is fine too. Okay. Maverick Thopterist. There we go. It's got a Gift of Paradise and then a Branchwalker. Let's see. Trying to think whether or not we want to bottom that or not. Let's put that on top for now. And just pass. It does make it a possible 3-3, you're right. But we do have a way to play out the Nissa, Vital Force, or Steward next turn, so 3 cards in hand for our opponent. Looks like they're tapping out again. Yeah. P&LR. Making another Thopter, got 3 in the air now. 3 in the air. Down to 17. Can I send my Grixis Amulet Dynamo deck next week? Absolutely, man. Let's see. Let's go for a Branchwalker and then a Wayfinder. Sure, that way we want the Branchwalker to get a trigger as well. There we go. Gonna keep blocks up for the Thopterist and P&LR. Of course, they'll just be attacking out with the Flyers this turn. Angel of Invention, okay. That hurts a little bit. Getting in for 8 in the air. Let's see. Could go for a Wild Growth Walker here. Then a Wayfinder, gain 3 life. We could use a Disinterested Deliverance to kill a Thopter here. I'm going to say let's go for the Walker and then the Deshaunter Wayfinder to make this a 2-4 and then make a hopefully possible 3-3. Gain 3 life, go to 13. We're going to be taking still 8 in the air. Being able to block 2 creatures on the board. I think that's fine. Heroic Invention, we're going to put that on top. Gain 3 life. And pass. Rampaging Frosted and deal with Approach. Very good cards to deal with Approach there. Of course, it doesn't counter it completely or anything like that, but it does make sure that they don't gain the life, which is almost more important than the Approach itself. 3 treasures, 4 land up, 3 cards in hand, Aether Chaser, another Aether Chaser, getting in for 10 here. Can't block any of that. So Crushing Canopy is definitely coming in game 2. Yeah, nothing we can really do here, except just basically die. We can go for a Deciduous Deliverance on one of the Flying Thopters, but that's really not going to do anything for us. We could go for a Nissa Vital Force and swing out with a 5/5. But again, that'll just get chump blocked. A Heroic Intervention and a Deciduous Deliverance looks likely, but again, this is probably just a loss here, regardless. Yeah. Let's concede here and go to game 2. Yeah, so you know the just for fun room in MTGO is such a BS. You get tier 1 to tier 1.5 decks all day. It's kind of annoying. Anthony, I always just play in tournament practice regardless. But yeah, I can see your point there. It's getting Crushing Canopy and Appetite. Get 2 Nissas out, bring 2 Tyrants in. Let's get rid of the Charter Courses. I do like Essence Scatter here. Probably over the Unsummons. But Unsummons do kill tokens. So we could get out... Let's get out the other 2 Nissas and then get out... a Branchwalker and a not a gift. Yeah, gift. Looks like. Not enough people would run make obsolete. That's a good card. I agree with that. You asking if I'm in tournament testing? I'm always in the tournament testing mode. Let's see, first, yeah. Two lands, intervention, 2 Nisses. We're gonna mulligan here. This is almost keepable because of the deck we're playing up against, but it doesn't have reach, so it is one thing we want to be aware of. But boy, these hands are terrible. It's just kind of funny. Thanks for another fun deck, Taryn. Time to be a reasonable adult. Cheers from Nashville. Oh, I'll see you, buddy. Let's go for a mulligan here. I'm gonna have to keep that. Bottom that. Sure. We could have a possible Nissa on turn 4. So that is something to look forward to, but still not great hands here. You stream when the Pro Tour's on? I don't know what to do. I always stream on 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So I think right now they're just doing the booster drafts. So by all means, if you guys want to watch that, you can do that. I'm going to pass here. Get to Paradise on a island next turn. Inspiring Vantage, okay. Aether Chaser. Let's get the Gift of Paradise out. Passing. Alright, so we have a Nissa Vital Force played next turn if we can get it out. Make a 5/5 to protect from the Aether Chaser. Watching 4 streams right now, too many screens and devices. Where can you stream the Pro Tour coverage? You can do Channel Fireball, Josh, but you can also go to just Twitch itself and type in Magic the Gathering, and it's right there. I think they also tweeted out on their Twitter, and that's most likely the Twitch link as well. Kind of hate Twitch. Oh, man. 3 mana up. I'm expecting that this is a Supreme Will, maybe. Let's go for a Branchwalker here. Let's see what we get in here. The land. Okay. Shock. When does this Nissa deck go off? When it goes off, it's fun. But, oh, there's a Jace. Interesting. I thought about building a Jace deck this week because I haven't built with him at all. And I eventually just kind of decided not to, but... Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Nice. Discarding 2 planes. Passing. It's got a forest here. We're going to play out a Nissa, Vital Force. Killing a Jace seems likely here. This will go to 3, which could be Lightning Strikes. So we want to keep that in mind, but killing the Jace there is nice. Derek, what's our record? I mean, game 1 we went up against a blue-white approach deck and didn't get to play out his full match. Then the other one was against a black-blue improvised deck, and they beat us, I think, 2-0. And then we're up against a 3 or 4 color energy deck here, which is super fun. Hitting Nissa for 2 there. Didn't attack with the servo. Interesting. They wanted it for the improvised Maverick Thopterist here. Botanical Kingdom would be great early, but let's see. We could go for a Rebuke here. Let's do that. Gonna shock me directly? Okay. Let's get in for 5. Very nice. Down to 15 and pass. Jace coming in here making, I would say, a 2/2. Yeah. Aether Chaser as well. Shoshana Wayfinder. Let's get that out. See if we draw into a mana here. No mana. We're going to put that... on top. Untap a land. And then swing it, let's see. Killing Jace is not actually that bad of an idea. We could try that. Blocking with the 2/2 there. 3 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand, 5 mana on the battlefield, 1 counter on Jace, and an Aether Chaser. Now they do have enough to play out of Maverick Thopterus this turn. They would need to kill a Wayfinder here, or perhaps have a cast out for the Nissa. See what happens. Maverick Thopterus coming in, okay. And these guys do not have haste. Assuming no tax, yeah. Let's get rid of a Thopter here. Holding up the Wayfinder here for the blocks. Most likely gonna have a Thopter block, yeah. No problem. Okay. Three mana, 4 mana. Cast out. Is that what we're looking at here? Anointed Procession, okay. Then we want to go one more up with a Jace before they did that. Treasure map coming out. 1 card in our opponent's hand. Later, Anthony. No attacks there. Another Wayfinder coming in. We can put that on top, that's fine. Could go for a Tishana here that can attack. Sack the Scavenger Ground since we don't need it for this matchup. Opponent's completely tapped down, so I'm just assuming they're going to block for days, which is fine. Yeah, gonna kill Chase. They're gonna double block, I assume. Maybe not. Sure. Mainboard Solemnity? Jesus. Opponent. Gonna make 2 2/2s thanks to Jace's ability here and Anointed Procession. 1 card in hand. Gonna scry on the upkeep. What I didn't want to happen there for the Hashep Oasis sack was that I wanted to make sure this guy would survive if they double blocked. I wanted to make them lose both. Maverick Thopterus coming in. Ouch. Look at the tokens. Cancel real quick. Yeah, we're just going to animate a forest here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's get in for Jace all the way, trying to they're just going to chump block again, but That's fine. Let's go for Heroic Intervention here. Gonna kill the Thopterist. Both of those guys. Alright. Treasure map here. We can ultimate Nissa if we wanted to, but they're likely going to attack out for 4 on Nissa, putting her to 3. Staying alive with the Jace here in the Ignore Procession. Gonna get you loot here when they attack out. Let's see what happens. Let's see, getting in for just 1 here. You attacking Nissa or me? Looks like a Nissa hit, okay. Just to be able to draw 1. Grabbing a PNLR, putting that out. No Procession's going to be kind of a headache for us. There we go. Gonna untap a land here. Let's swing at Jace. We might lose Nissa this turn if they just want to let that happen. Likely not, though. They have 1 card in hand. Got a triple block on the Tishana. Sure. Oh, target artifact, okay. They can do it that way. Gotcha. Still losing their entire board, basically, for this block. Now, we're losing our board as well, but we have a Nissa making 5/5s all day. Appetite in the clutch. Treasure map here, making 3 treasure tokens. Can't use treasure map this turn, sadly. 2 cards in hand. Upping Jace here for a 3. Let's see what he can do this turn. Sunscourge Champion. Gaining some life. This deck looks like a lot of fun. Hitting Nissa, I would assume, for 2. So they're completely tapped out this turn. They do have 3 treasures, no cards in hand. So what we could do is we could plus Nissa, then make another Nissa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swing out, kill Jace. Let's go for that. Let's go for a animate here. Making another Nissa. Or, yeah, making another land here. Killing Jace. Maybe a block here, but I doubt it. There we go. Alright, Jace is dead. This is going to be hit for 4 next turn. Going to 2. We'll have a Branchwalker coming out. Gonna draw a card, play another treasure map. No draw, card draw. Oh, there it is. Okay. Surprised if Flying Donut that taps opponent's creatures as they enter isn't in here. Oh, that Kinjali Sunwing? It might be. Sunscourge Champion seems weird to me, but I guess against an aggro strategy, it's possible. You're hitting Nissa for 4. Taking Nissa to 2. PNLR. Off that card draw. Value for days. Wow, okay, another card draw and Lightning Strike. Let's go for a Branchwalker here and a Wayfinder. Gift, we're going to put that on top. What's up, Tim? Let's see, do we want to bottom this? Yeah, we'll throw that in the graveyard now that we have both the triggers. Yeah, he's going to play another Procession pretty soon. Go for a Waifu Finder. Managed to drop off a little bit. What's up, Tim? I already said that, didn't I? Reread it. Had a lapse in time there. One card in hand. Going to draw again with a Treasure Cove. Go into combat. Getting in for a flyer. Strike. Is that what we pulled into? P and LR. Gonna pump here. Let's go for another Wayfinder. Got into a Botanical Sanctum. Let's just swing out here. Drip Water. Trades. Lightning Strike on the other. This deck has everything! All the answers! Treasure Map. Making another Treasure Cove. Keep in mind, Treasure Cove is not a legendary land, so it can be multiples. Seems like they're going to ultimately come back from the depths here. Making a Sunscourge Champion a 4/4, gaining some life. Getting in for 3. JD, how's it going? Not great. Got a whole new turn. Yeah, that's what happened. Sure. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. A Shep Oasis. Could do this. Making sure we can get in for 5. Opponent can, of course, crack back at us for 9. Taryn, do you have any tattoos or piercings? I have none of those, Anthony. He's got a tattoo of his poor kitty. Aww. Our kitty isn't a kitty anymore. Five cards in hand for the Spirebluff Canal play. Getting in for 9. Likely a GG coming soon. Experiment Aviator. Wow. Okay. Our turn, got into a land, and we're dead. Alright, let's get into play lobby one more time. Once more with feeling. Oh man. Hope you guys have been enjoying this. I know this deck hasn't been performing that well, but it was fun in the deck testing. And of course it's a double Nissa, so why not try that? Two lands here. Branchwalker, Wayfinder, Gift. I think this is a keep. We're on the draw as well. What are you wanting, Elliot? A tune, okay. I bet it gets an energy deck here. Yeah, Experimental Aviator is super interesting. Playing at Botanical Sanctum, passing Forest. Long Tusk Cub. Let's get out a Branchwalker here. See if we can get into a land. River's Rebuke. Put that in the graveyard because we need land more than we do River's Rebuke. That's kind of a hard play for us. It's a 3-2, so I assume Long Tusk will not be attacking this turn unless they have a second Attune with Aether, or perhaps a Rogue Refiner. Looks like a Rogue Refiner play. Nope, going into combat first. Can block here. Okay, we trade. Now Rogue Refiner. I don't know why they did that. They should have been able to do that, make Long Tusk up a 4-4. Botanical Sanctum here. Hit cancel. Let's go for a gift. And pass. Opponent has 20 life, 4 cards in hand, 4 mana on the battlefield. Hydra? Chandra. Ooh. Harness Lightning. Okay. Branchwalker in our hand here. Let's go for that. Hold up a Heroic Intervention. Unsummon. Put that on top if we need to. If he decides to kill the Branchwalker with Chandra, we could then on the next turn unsummon a Rogue Refiner if he doesn't have any other creatures, and then kill Chandra. I doubt that's what's going to happen, but we'll see. 3 cards in hand from our opponent. Magma Spray coming in. Intervention. Two cards in hand from our opponent. Plussing here, getting some mana. Excuse me. Long Tusk Cub come in. Another Long Tusk Cub. 0 cards in our opponent's hand. Keep in mind we do not get a land this turn. We'll be getting Unsummon. Okay. So I'm thinking is the okay play here is getting into a Wayfinder. Seeing if we can get it to a land. Nissa. We're going to throw it in the graveyard. 3-3 and a 3-2. Let's see. Pass. I loathe the energy, teamer. Christopher, you guys are nice. See, 1 card in hand, 5 cards of mana on the battlefield. Of course, Chandra's at 6. There is a plus there for Chandra. Servant of the Conduit. Likely will be a cast for that. Only noobs play energy. I don't know about that. I think I don't know. I think the Pro Tour like net decking gets kind of out of hand. But I do think that like, you know, if people are getting into Magic, they want to be new, you know, to it. I think it's fair. We're going to bounce a Long Tusk Cub here. Of course, we could have bounced one of these two and get in for 3 on Chandra. Energy isn't totally shut down with Solemnity, but a turn 3 drop can cripple the deck, yeah. I think, to me, and I think Saffron Olive did say this too on his Twitter, is that Attune with Aether is probably the most overpowered card in Temur Energy, or in the energy decks in general. There's an island. Goodness, waited a hot second for that. Because it really does set like cards like Long Tusk Cub kind of, you know, over the edge to be ridiculous. But, you know, that's one of the things that just, you know, what makes energy terrible. Nothing wrong with net necking if you're new. Better to start improving playing skills, in my opinion, than become a deck builder. I would agree with that. Got stuck watching the Pro Tour. Now I'm here. Trades, kill. Now we could probably see some +1/+1 counters on this Cub here to trade with the island. I doubt that, though. Okay. Chandra will ultimate this turn, then. Did we lose to the top Thopter deck? Had to step out. Yes, Josh, we lost to that. Attune with Aether. But yeah, I think Attune with Aether, just turn 1, Attune with Aether, and then follow up Long Tusk Cub, swinging in, making a 3/3, or, you know, and a possible 4/4 after that. It's just crazy on turn 3. They're going to plus Chandra here. They're not going to ultimate. One card in our opponent's hand. I guess they wanted to deprive me of a mana there instead of anything else. Let's get a forest out here. I feel like the Nissa play here is actually good for us. One card in here, we might lose to a negate, though. So we'll see what happens. Nissa for 3. That happens. Sweet. We're going to scry here. We're going to bottom that. And bottom that. Untap. We have a Harness Lightning killing a forest here for us. Still nothing. Gonna hit Chandra here. Would be a trade for the Wayfinder on the Rogue Refiner. Would drop it to 5 or 3. Yeah, they're going to try and trade. Chandra goes to 3. Ban, attune, unban smugglers. Only in dreams. I mean, unbanning smugglers, I feel like is something that could probably happen. Honestly, I think Smuggler's Copter is a lot better as far as like being more fair in the format right now. Harness Lightning for 5, called it. Keep in mind they can redirect damage to the Nissas here. One card in hand from our opponent. Ah, they scooped there. Nothing they could do. Oh, they scooped out! No! Ah. We're gonna hit play. One more time. One more again. That's a roundup and Temur are the top decks, thanks. Yeah, roundup rec can beat Temur the fastest. Of course, another Temur deck can beat another Temur deck, obviously. Blue-black control can have sometimes good luck. This is a terrible hand. Mulligan. This is an okay hand. Sure. Let's get out a forest and pass. Yeah, so the moral of the story is always emblem Chandra. That's what I didn't understand, Josh, whenever he did that. He passed and just wanted to upkeep, and I'm like, I feel like you're being too greedy there, buddy, especially when I have a Nissa on the board. Wizards won't unban Copter. It's a good way, good versus Planeswalkers, and Wizards like to push those. I could see that, but like, I feel like all the Planeswalkers right now are pretty fair. Like the last one that was terrible, of course, was bottom this or throw in the graveyard was Gideon Ally of Zendikar, but we really don't have any Planeswalkers now that are cheap that are like ridiculous. Got 5 minutes before I pick up my kids from school. Tearing away before I gotta leave. Gizmo thing, I don't know. I feel like you're gonna be disappointed there. Opponent's turn here. Alara! Getting buffering, anyone else? I haven't had buffering at all today, but yeah, definitely let me know. Forest here. Let's go for a forest. They did Fatal Push. Let's go for a Tishana Wayfinder. Explore. Got a forest out of that. So we do have a turn 5 Nissa against what seems to be a deck that doesn't have a blue mana for a counter, but they might have Rassic's Contempt in the main board. Turn 3 Gideon of Trials, turn 4 Samet, then +1 Gideon and swing 8. I mean, that's true, Matt. I mean, you're right, but I don't know. You just don't see a lot of Planeswalkers in the I would say in the top end, the Pro Tour stuff, which is where a lot of the newer players pull their decks from. There's a Glacial Fortress, 6 cards in hand from our opponent. Let's swing and do a Chart of Course this turn, and be careful about that blue mana. Walkers are very, very good enchantments that can die to combat. That's pretty fair. Oop, I skipped my... Oh no! I was distracted! I blame you guys. Field of Ruin, okay. Opponent is going to pass here. Yeah, that's a punt. That's a punt. Let's get out of forest here. Let's swing for 2 again, and then chart a course like we were going to do. There we go. Nice. Pass. We're here by punts, blame us. Psh. No excuses. I got you. I got you. Here's a Glimmer. Another Glacial Fortress. What is this coming out? Primal Amulet. Ooh. An amulet deck. One mana up, I would be assuming that would be a Spell Pierce. 6 mana, 6 cards in hand. We have 6 mana on the battlefield. If we play out Nissa Vital Force and they have a Spell Pierce, I'm going to feel bad. But if we play out a Nissa Steward of Elements for... is it 2? We could do that. And get around to Spell Pierce. Let's do that. Chat is 2 minutes behind. Whoa. Scry 2. Let's see, we're going to put that... Put that on top, and then put that on top of that one. So we draw the Wayfinder, then we can zero the Nissa and get out Waker of the Wilds. Getting in for 2 here. And passing. What's up? Is it Mizazu? "15-second delay. 6 mana, 6 cards in hand. Primal Amulet makes, of course, the instant sorcery spells cheaper. What do we got here? Cast out coming for a Nissa. Is it Ixalan's Binding? Come on. Show me. Battle of the Bridge, okay. Interesting. Let's draw into an island here. Going to Wayfinder. Of course, this is on top. We're going to put it on top. Then we're going to 0. We might disallow that. We're going to cast it. Cancel here. I think this is fine as is. We don't want to make the land just yet. We could on their turn if they don't have a Yahini's Expertise or something like that. Glimmer of Genius. I don't see any red for a Cut to Ribbons, so Torment of Hellfire, I assume, is the way to win on this deck. Six men on the battlefield, 7 cards in hand, 2 counters on the Primal Amulet. Very spicy. Let's see, 3, 4, Fumigate. Sure. Gonna draw here real quick. Field of Ruin. Let's go for a Branchwalker here. See if they don't want that to happen. If it doesn't happen, we play out Nissa this turn. There's an Essence Scatter. Let's go for a 0 here. Okay. Okay, so they could have up a counterspell here for the Vital Force. Let's see if we can get out a Nissa for 4 again, and then plus it to go to 6. This might just get countered. It's not going to get countered. Okay. Interesting. Bottom. Bottom. That way we can ultimate Nissa if you want to next turn, or just continue to plus. Just trying to get out a counterspell from that hand. But they do have Primal Amulet on 4 counters here. So, they're choosing not to flip it, though. Four cards in hand. Gonna Field of Ruin, my Field of Ruin, okay. I don't mind going for another island, that's fine. Tapping once more. Ixalan's Binding or cast out Hieroglyphic Illumination, okay. Gonna tap for Primal Wellspring to flip. Going to 5 cards in hand. Looks like a pass here. Possibly have a negate open. Let's go for a scry. Bottom. Top it, that's fine. Let's try for a Nissa here. Just kind of being bored now. Waiting. There we go. We're going to animate and hit for 5. If we can. There we go. Or we can hit for 15 next turn. So if he doesn't have a play this turn, it's going to hurt him a lot. He could Fumigate, of course. We're at 20. If he has a Torment of Hellfire, though, we just die. So... It's funny how powerful Torment of Hellfire. He's tapping for white, okay? Ixalan's Binding or Cast Out, perhaps? Not Cast. Well, neither of those can be copied, so... Not those cards. Oh, Approach. Okay, you're going to trigger Approach twice. You play one deck, and then I think you're playing another deck. Yep. That doesn't win them the game, though. That just gains them a bunch of life. Graveyard. We're going to ultimate here on the Nissa. Plus on this one. Swing in for 15. Maybe they just wanted the life gain there? Fatal Push on one of the lands. Yeah. Oh, for sure, Josh. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything in my hand right now to use, so. Alright, if you have a second, not disallow, approach, that should be it. Going for a Torment of Scarabs, gotcha. See you later, Matt. Pretty irrelevant at the moment, but you know, might be eventually. You're right, Josh. That's true. Oh man. Ooh, going to take control of Wayfinder. What a bizarre card in a Spellslinger's deck. He gets to control, I mean, that, but I mean, doesn't that turn back into a land at the end of his turn? Maybe not, I guess, if he does take it. I'm not sure. I think so, though. Yeah, it just goes back. Oh, it goes back to him. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll just lose 3 life there. That's fine. We'll do that. Scry. So we put this on top, and then put this on top so we draw into the Waker. Untap here. Swing in for 5. Late to the party. What's our win-lose rate? Nightglow, we're all lose right now. All lose. But again, this is a Fan Friday fun like kitchen table deck, so Just getting both of the Nissas out is an accomplishment in and of itself. Of course, Nissa here could ultimate, but her ultimate isn't really that relevant. Passing here. Yeah, we'll lose the 3 life again. Gonna 0 for the Waker. Gonna keep the Walker in our hand for discard ability. And just make a Forest here and swing for face. Yeah, scooping, opponent's scooping before game 3 most of the day. Yeah, that's true. We could have pumped it that turn, that's true. I always forget that, man. You guys are right. I could have done that. I forget that it can go to other lands, not to just the ones that we have. I like the synergy, of course, but I just like remembering it is what's difficult. I think we still win this turn. Could have done 10 damage, that's true. Chart a course. Let's go for a scry here. Bottom, sure, we can get that on top. Alright, let's see if he doesn't block again. Let's see that, okay? Yeah, there's a block. Let's go for a chart. Branch Walker. Sure. Pass. Blue-green Nissa seems pretty sweet in a standard Merfolk deck. Christopher, yeah, I would agree with that, but of course my live streams are not that great as far as like showing the best hands possible on what we want to get. I think this does need a lot of tooling around. I think Charter Course needs to be taken out and put Opt in instead. I think we probably need some more main board control stuff. I have a pass here from our opponent. Is there a Settle the Wreckage play here? Let's get rid of the Walker. Oh, we forgot to animate. That was my fault there. Assuming a settle here, though. Yeah. Gonna make a 5/5 here. Yeah. Good lord. I like you guys whenever I make a mistake. Most of the time it's just from clicking too quickly, and that's always been my problem. Let's grab a Waker and put it into our hand again. Okay. Fine. Just gonna scry here. No, no. Shorter course, I buy a box, get a playset, drafted 4 boxes, see 2 total copies. Those should have been rare. What's up, Anthony? We're up against a approach deck here, so I think this is our last turn to have any answers. 3 cards in hand for our opponent. We can swing out for 15 next turn, or actually 20 next turn. Is there a cast out or an Ixalan's Binding and to grab one of the Nissas? Kefnet's last word, okay. It's coming in tap though. We're just gonna lose 3 life for that. Let's grab these 2 lands. Can't cancel. Let's emblem here. This will kill because it is flying, but if they have another removal spell, we'll see what happens. We do have Heroic Intervention, so anything but a Settle the Wreckage, basically. Alright, we're going to Heroic Intervention. Now, do we have the game? Jeez. All the triggers. Can't kill, unsummon bounces. We go to combat, swing out. Is there another settle? Do we win? We win! Whew. That was a frustratingly long match there. Okay, so negates are coming in. Tyrants are coming in. Get rid of the stewards. Finally. Pull 2 Vrastics in separate rando packs and standard events. Nice. The guy didn't want to die. Yeah. Being very frustrating. I would say all of these would actually be pretty relevant. Appetite more so. Let's get out Dissender's Deliverance. Chart a course. Let's get a 3rd Tyrant in here and take out a Wayfinder. I feel like that's about it. Let's do that. We won sideboard, yeah. Finally. Oh, man. One mana hand. We're going to have to mulligan. Much better hand for us. We'll keep. Sure. We're on the draw as well. Glacial Fortress. Playing out a Sanctum and passing. Tapped Fortress. Means we're safe to play out a Walker here. And pass. Ixalan box had no foil rare. Wow, Josh, that's awful. Got an opt for our opponent. Can hit 6 for our opponent here. YouTuber last week opened 300 packs and no Verascas. Ouch. 3 lands. Let's get a island here for us. Let's go for a Wayfinder. Could have done a Paradise there. Just assuming a counter here. Essence Scatter. Let's get in for 1. River's Rebuke is so tasty. River's Rebuke is nice and really helps us if they get more than 1 Torment out on the battlefield. So a turn 4 Torment there would have been good too. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. Appetite, let's get out a Branchwalker here. There's an Explorer counter. Got into a land. Walker does get a counter there and turns into a 2/4. We do gain 3 life to 23. And we're going to swing out for 2 if we don't have a Fatal Push coming in. Down to 17, looks like. Hieroglyphic Illumination, okay. Up to 6 cards in our opponent's hand. Down to 17. We're up to 4 mana next turn. Gift of Paradise in 1 and be able to play a Chandra, or not a Chandra, a Nissa the following turn. 7 cards in hand for our opponent. 4 mana. Looking for a 5th mana play here. There it is. Fumigate would be likely. There it is. Alright, let's get out a Forest here. Let's go for a gift here, gain some life. Pass turn. Opponent is at 19 thanks to that Fumigate. 5 cards in hand, going for an Evolving Wilds. Would love for them to play a Torment this turn, so we can play out Nissa. Opt. If we get into a mana here, we can play out Carnage Tyrant, no fear, so just see what happens. Do we? We got a mana. Sweet. Let's go for a Carnage Tyrant. Can't be countered. Bada boom. Now all we have to do is just kind of be aware of the Heroic Intervention, or not Heroic Intervention, Settle the Wreckage. Or Fumigates. Pulled no Walkers, no Tyrants. Pretty sure I've had the worst luck. Ouch, that sucks, Crispy. I mean, the way I've bought singles before in the past, I normally wait like 2 weeks. There's a Fumigate for a single Tyrant. That sucks. But I'll go on eBay and they'll have listings for like playsets of all the commons and uncommons. I'll get that for like, it's like maybe $100. And then I'll just buy singles or the rares that I need for the decks that I want to make. That's normally how I do it. Not everybody's like that though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a Heroic Intervention up. We're going to plus here. Swing with a island. Gotten fakes from eBay? I've never had that before. Here's a Fatal Push. We're going to keep up a Heroic Intervention. Swing in for 5. Got a bunch of 7-drop, 7-draw cards to Shauna and stuff that I'm just not going to use much of. Yeah, if you're worried about fakes, though, I would definitely recommend going, you know, to more reputable online sites. Fatal Push coming in for the island there. Ouch. Got a fake Lion's Eye Diamond, a Crucible's World, and Flusher Storm from one eBay auction. Ouch. Is this a approach here? Looks like it. Torment for 5, okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Still have our Nissa though. Okay, what do we draw here? Need one more mana for that, sadly. But Nissa can ultimate next turn if we need it to. Get in for 5. Go to 10. Oh, Zakading, this was you? Nice. You're Tobias. This deck was a lot of fun, man. Approach here or another Torment? Battle of the Bridge, okay. Ouch. You're really making sure I don't have mana, right? Now we do, Josh. Here's a gift of paradise. Alright, one card in hand from our opponent. Missed most of the stream because we're renovating our living room, unfortunately. Oh, no problem. Adult things are more important. Let's see. All these big plays from our opponent right now. Glimmer of Genius. We can do a Nissa play here, animate, and then play out a Carnage Tyrant. See, 12 life, 2 cards in hand, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana on the battlefield. Let's see what we draw into. Mana. Let's do this. How many wins today? I think one. One win so far. Let's get in for 5 here. They're going to hold up a Settle the Wreckage for next turn, so if they draw into it. 3 cards in hand, 9 mana on the battlefield. We have 20 life right now, so they could Torment of Hellfire for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is 21, right? Gideon, okay. Could turn off the forests, but I mean, you can't really. I can just pick a different forest. I don't know why they did that. Probably should have done the emblem instead. Strange. Yeah, Settle the Wreckage is imminent here. Let's see. Is there anything relevant in our graveyard right now? Not really. We have a Carnage Tyrant we could grab. But of course they have a Scavenger Grounds, so they're just going to activate that. Let's try for an attack here, but it's likely that we're just going to get settled. Let's see what happens. Emblem Nissa. Could do that. Let's kill Gideon and kill them. If they have the settle, they have it. But if we had emblemed Nissa there, we would have. And if they have a settle, then we would just lose Nissa. So I would rather keep Nissa high. Yeah, there's a settle. Okay. And be able to have Nissa survive for another turn. then, you know, Emblem Nissa, attack out, they settle, and then Gideon kills Nissa. We could have done only swing 1 as well, but, I mean, Nissa animates a land every single turn, so it's not that big of a deal. I imagine they swing here for Nissa. 2 cards in hand from our opponent. You guess they did have it? Yeah, my opponent always has the correct play. So I just, you know, I'm always looking for that most optional play. Optimal play, not optional, optimal. Supreme Will here. They're looking for another settle. We'll want to swing towards Gideon this turn most likely, unless we want to animate, make a Hashep Oasis, then swing out for the face. 2 cards in hand from our opponent. Another land. So 1 card in hand from our opponent. Most likely a removal spell. Let's get an island here. So we can do this one more time without really worrying about Nissa dying. Of course, if he has a removal spell, then we're dead. Or this guy's dead. We have another turn to try and come back. Supreme Will, okay. They found a Supreme Will with their Supreme Will, so now they have no cards and they're looking for an answer. Huh. That's it! We won! Ooh, Doctor. We won 2-0 in that one. That was nice. Very cool, very cool. I was expecting another fatal, another saddle there. Digging and fail. That's what you want. That's the best outcome for a control deck there. Well, we won 1 time. That's awesome. I consider that a victory for us. Oh man. But yeah, this the end of the stream, guys. Of course, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell right beside the subscription button to know when we go live on the stream here and when we post a new video on the channel. Next week, I'm hopefully going to have our news thing locked down. So on Fridays, I post like a news-related video about Magic in general. But I love you guys, of course. Have a good F&M tonight. Go watch Thor Ragnarok if you haven't seen it yet, or if it's out for you in your area. I think that's what we'll be doing tonight. But yeah, enjoy it. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys on the flippity flop. No, I'm just kidding. On Monday. All right, later, folks.